There are parents mourning tonight in Calgary as well after that city's worst mass murder. All of those killed were in their 20s. They were at a house party celebrating the end of classes at the University of Calgary when one of the guests, a 22-year-old student, started stabbing people. He's been charged with first-degree murder and will undergo a psychiatric evaluation. For now, loved ones of those who died have no answers, just memories, as Francis Silvaggio reports.
Zachariah and the Prophets were an up-and-coming local band. In fact, the music community gathered this weekend to celebrate the release of their first album. But smiles quickly turned to tears after news that frontman Zachariah Rathwell and drummer Josh Hunter were two of the 5 victims in Calgary's mass stabbing.
They absolutely just loved what they were doing when they were up there. That's what they lived for. That's why they existed, was to be up there on stage, and the music was their life.
Caitlin Paris spent most of her life as a dancer. Friends of the 23-year-old former English student say she was a shining light dimmed too soon.
Most beautiful person you would ever meet. Just perfect in every way. Kind-hearted, so passionate. She inspired me to be a better dancer.
Jordan Segura was a religious studies major at the University of Calgary. He was set to return to work at McKinnis and Holloway Funeral Home when his co-workers, trained to deal with grief, had the table unexpectedly turned.
Yes, we deal with it, but it always hurts when something like this happens in the community. But this one hit with Jordan being part of our team. It's made it extremely difficult for all of us.
Lawrence Hong was the eldest of the victims. His friends described the urban studies student as nerdy and funny. Not the type of person anyone would have expected to be the target of a knife-wielding attacker.
There's the rare cases where it's just not obvious why it happened, and that's why the psych assessment is so important. We're cops, and we're really good at investigating. We're not psychologists or psychiatrists, and that's a key piece to this whole puzzle.
22-year-old Matthew DeGrood, the son of a high-ranking police officer, is now charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder. He had no violent past and had a bright future as a newly accepted law student. What happened early Tuesday morning makes no sense to anyone.
How can, the world outside still be moving when all of this has happened?
It's done. They're gone. There's no getting them back. There's no turning the clocks. That's it. I mean, at this point, I personally just want justice.
Now, because of the accused relationship to the Calgary Police Service, an outside prosecutor is being brought in from Edmonton to avoid any perception of conflict of interest. Matthew DeGrood is next scheduled to appear in a Calgary court April 22nd. Donna?